Hey guys, Hercules here. Today we're gonna knock out a few minutes on the elliptical, and while we do, we're gonna play some Snap and talk about episode 3 of The Last of Us. Let's do it. All right, jumping into some Snap here. I have to say, I love doing this on the elliptical because it's just nice to be able to get your heart rate up, get sweating, and still play a game, right? I mean, what's better than that? So, jumping to around here, and as I do, let's talk about that episode this week. Man, very different, right? Interesting, they were saying this was the largest departure for the show than what we've seen in the game. And, I think that of all the things they could have departed on and all the kind of stories they could have expanded on, I think Bill and Frank were a really unique and excellent choice. That queerness has always kind of been that underlying, one of the underlying kind of pulses of The Last of Us, what makes it stand out with its storytelling and what helps it to feel, I think, kind of like genuine and modern, and just to show that kind of diverse expression, but not in some kind of cliche type of way. And I think that, that displaying it through Ellie would be natural, right? That's kind of aligns with the game, and I'm sure we'll see that unfold to come. But I love it when shows kind of do this self-contained episode. It's almost like a mini movie, right? And that's really what we got with Frank and Bill. It's like expanded in all the right ways. Still got the scene that I was really looking forward to from the game, which is like the Marauders come in, Bill's out there with the rifle, pretty gnarly. But, I liked how they tied it in so tightly to Joel and Tess, kind of laid that groundwork for how they would know each other, and like the garden party. It was really sweet, to show that there's love that can blossom after the end of the world, but also like friendships and kind of that neighborly spirit and camaraderie, and the whole kind of infamous from Lost, the Jack Shepherd line, we either learn to live together or we die alone. And that was just totally on scene last night. So really loved it. Thought that was excellent. I think I would have liked it if Joel and Ellie could have maybe still seen Bill and Frank. Maybe they were still alive, they got stuff from them, then they head off, and then we kind of see that final day that Frank requested kind of unfolds, and then that kind of Romeo and Juliet, or I guess Romeo and Romeo, kind of scene plays out at the end, right? So that was one thing I was kind of looking forward to, that dynamic. I think that in the game, the way that Bill is helps to further develop Ellie, kind of, imbue that kind of grit into her, that harshness of the world that they live in. So I think that interaction would have been really good, but, all in all, I thought it was really interesting twist. I wasn't expecting it at all. But I think especially because we kind of missed out on some of the love story or romance, maybe that's a better word, just the romance of Joel and Tess. We didn't see that as much. The show's kind of downplayed Tess, and so I thought it was nice to get another set of relationships where we get to bring in that romance, see it at play, see it unfold. But then on that note, it also offered kind of an opportunity to bring in Tess again. See that unfold, see that develop. You know, I liked the way that Joel and Bill kind of seemed to, you know, have this directness, this survivalist mentality. But Frank and Tess, they kind of just were in that more like playful, supportive spouse or significant other role. And the dichotomy there, again, when they're in a giant compound with electric fences and blow torches and all this stuff, just really cool. And I'll say for sure of the whole episode, two things that'll stick out the most are the scene when, all right, another win, when Bill goes into the Home Depot and just looting it, just because that looks fun. I mean, hopefully this is never used as incriminating evidence against me. I don't ever plan to loot a Home Depot, but come on, it looked fun. So that looked pretty cool. I like that scene. But then, of course, the scene with the strawberries, you know, I mean, that just stood out in a million ways. The obvious surface level of like this kind of sweet, intimate moments, things like that. But then just kind of reminding you like the things we take for granted. You know, we go to the grocery today, pick up a thing of strawberries for $3. It's no big deal, right? But to live in a world where you have to barter and trade and get lucky to get seeds for strawberries and what it takes to grow them. Although strawberries are pretty easy to grow, but still, you know, you grow the strawberries in secret to surprise the person you love with them. I mean, it's just, it's obviously profound that something so small can make such a huge difference, right? Which ultimately is that underlying theme that we see in The Last of Us over and over and over again. Small decisions, small choices, small people, all of that builds and has a cumulative effect for directing the world, and in this case, directing humanity. Not only the chance to survive, but maybe most importantly, helping to continue to give fuel and foster love, which is the very reason we survive. Whew. All right, it's about 7 minutes. Wrapped up a couple of wins. Not too bad. Hey guys, awesome job working out, running down episode 3 and rocking some Snap. I'll see you next time. High five, subscribe.